So this right here, what you're looking at is the flywheel funnel and process that I use to consistently get my clients to 20K a month on social media. By the way, my name is Nick. I'm the owner of Launch Socials. We make these videos to help people like you with their social media, with their personal brands, theme pages, small businesses, whatever it is on social media, grow and monetize. We've done over 8 figures in sales and grown millions and millions of followers, up to 6 million. And that's what these videos document. Now, this right here is the process of building the foundation to scale. And what I like to describe usually is there's like 3 levels in social media. The first level, okay, right here, is you're like starting. You're just getting started, you're getting followers, you're just trying to get your shit on point. You're just trying to like make things happen a little bit. And you're just starting out. Secondarily, you're growing. And when I say growing, I really mean like solidifying, I guess you could say. Right? So you're starting, you're solidifying, and this is really where you get to like 20K a month. Okay? This is where the offer gets dialed in. You have product market fit, things are working, the process is working, you're starting to develop the foundations of a system, and that is like a launch pad to scale. When you're starting, you're really at like, how do I get my first 100 followers, 1,000 followers? What's my message? Can I make a sale? Let me test my product. The very basic bare bones stuff. Growing is getting to that like 20, 30K mark. And then scaling, when you're already solidified and you have a foundation, scaling is how do I go to 100 plus? And the thing I notice around 100 is that's where, some more complexity comes in. You need some more systems. You obviously need some more traffic. You obviously need more people knowing you, and you have to manage fulfillment a little bit more. Like the team you start to build here and the layers of it are roughly the exact same at 100 as they are even higher. Now, this video is discussing the process of going from here to here and getting the foundation set so you can actually scale. And when you get this thing dialed in, you're going to be perfectly positioned to actually scale. So let's begin. What actually goes on and happens here? The first thing is content ideation. If your ideation is trash, you will never get off the ground. And so what a lot of people do is like, well, I want to run ads and I want to do all these amazing things. I want to post content on all these different platforms to get me everywhere. And their ideation sucks. And so they start going and posting on YouTube and Instagram and Twitter or X. And they start running ads and they start running their email list and they do retargeting. And it's like, dude, you have 100 email subs and you have 1,000 followers on IG and they're not really even engaged. And they're not engaged because your content isn't good. And it's not good in terms of like, oh, it's not edited right and it's not this or like this tactic or you're not doing this trend. It's that the ideas you're putting out and the things that you're saying aren't good enough. They're not insightful enough. They're not helping people enough. Nobody is choosing to follow you or watch your stuff. So everything stems from ideation. The way you sell your product. How do you have good sales messaging if you don't have ideas that people believe in? You don't. You don't have good messaging at that point. How do you get somebody to actually book a call and be like, yes, I want this thing, when you can't properly communicate that idea and that pitch in your content and in your sales messaging and in your marketing? It will not work. And so everything stems from ideation. If ideation doesn't exist, none of this system begins and goes and works. Now, the other problem that people do is they're always focused on the cash. And they're like, wow, I have to book calls to get the cash. And yes, while that is true, they skip a lot of steps. They'll go directly for the email. They'll go directly for the cold calling, outbound, the retargeting, and just the cold ads in general. And they forget that they need people to actually know them, like them, and trust them, which means following them, becoming fans, turning into leads, giving their email, giving their phone number, like through an opt-in, and just having people that engage in a community-like sense every single day. If you post 10 Instagram stories on your personal account that also post stuff about content every single day, well, you're going to have people that are interested in you and know you and like you and trust you and probably want to know a little bit more about the thing that you do because you're interesting on your Instagram story and they watch it every single day. They're a fan of you. That's the case. And so a lot of people skip over this. They think, well, how can I automate it from day one? And how can I just run the ads? I'm a busy business owner. And well, look, you have to make content. And you have to figure out content. You have to put the time into content because we are now in an attention economy where if you don't make content, people are forgetting about you because they're scrolling and watching somebody else, which is likely your competitor. So everything starts from ideation. From there, you make content. You pick one platform. People love to complicate this. You pick one platform. Me, I have a full team. We're doing 6 figures a month. I can do multiple platforms. I have systems where the same amount of time it takes a beginner to do one platform, I can do 4. Okay? So don't use me as an example in my current scenario at this point. Use me as an example from 5 years ago. What did I do? I did one platform. I did Instagram. I mastered it. It became my platform where I was super successful on. I built so many theme pages. I built all my clients on there. I built my personal brand on there. We smashed Instagram, and then I went to Twitter, and now I've come to YouTube. So you pick one platform, and you max it out. That's the second thing. You max out that platform with these good ideas. So you get the ideas on point. It's working. People are liking it. Cool. You've picked one platform. Let's say it's YouTube. On YouTube, you're going to post as much as possible. What are we doing right now? If you scroll through our channel, we're posting at least a couple times a week and ideally almost every day. Recently, we're posting every day. We're maxing out the platform. We also post on the YouTube posting like community tab. We're making sure we do our pinned comments. We may even go live. Okay, that's called maxing out a platform. If you're doing it on Instagram, you're posting 3 times a day. You're posting 5 to 10 stories a day. You're going live once a week. You're answering all your DMs. You have to max out a platform with your good ideas. If you do that stuff and you do it for about 3 months and the ideas are good enough, you will grow and you will grow fast. And what will happen is you start to get followers. Okay, you start to get followers. And what happens is those followers like and engage with your content over and over and over. And they see you over and over and over, and they start to trust you, and they become a fan. And that's when they become a lead because they opt in. They give you their phone. They give you their email. You want to collect those here. They give you their phone and their email, and you collect that so that you can put them in your retargeting sequence. You can outbound call them. You can email them. And this stuff doesn't start working, but people like to set it up from the start. It doesn't start working until you have fans here that like your stuff and follow you, and those followers then turn into leads and opt-ins. I like to put a lead magnet out for this. You can go get our lead magnet. It's in the description. Okay, a little pitch for you. It's in the description of this video on how we've grown millions of followers and collected millions of dollars on social media with our anti-guru formula and system, doing things without being cringe or crooked, okay? But that's my lead magnet. You guys should all have one of those because you want to get opt-ins, because you want to build an email list. You want to retarget these people. You want to outbound call these people. Now, from there, after they follow you, after they opt in, okay, they come here and you follow up with emails, like a newsletter. You can retarget everybody that opts in. You can just have a retargeting ad. So if your platform's Instagram, you retarget everybody that follows you on Instagram to opt in, and then everyone that opts in, you retarget them with a pitch to buy your product and book a call. Ideally, you are selling something in the 2 to 5K range, and we're going to do the math on all of this in a second and what I like to calculate on the path of getting to 20K a month. But you should be selling something for 2 to 5K, and the lead magnet and the email and the retargeting and the outbound all sell that product, and you're pitching people to get on a call for, if they're interested in this product, for a conversation and a discussion about purchasing it. And that call then converts people into cash collected. So there's a couple metrics to actually track here that you need to know and you need to go over. The first metric is this. It's your price point. Okay, I say 2 to 5K. You really should have a 2 to 5K product in general. If you're watching this and you're like an e-com brand or your theme page or something like that, okay, whatever, you don't necessarily need to. But if you are a personal brand and you have information and you're selling your expertise, you should be selling something in the 2 to 5K range. I'll be coming out with a video on that very soon on how I structure those products perfectly. So that's the range. That's the first thing. That's the first metric. The second metric is this. You want content that is getting you at least 1K followers per month, 1,000 followers per month. If you can get 1,000 followers per month from your content, you can book enough calls with this process right here to convert enough people at this price point to hit 20K. And usually, I would say you probably have to book about 20 or 30 calls, and that's probably more than what's actually needed. But if you book 20 or 30 calls, that's your safe range. So you need 1K followers per month, 1K new followers per month. You need to book about 20 to 30 calls per month for a purchase of a 2 to 5K product. And if you do that, you have a solidified system that is making you 20K a month from your personal brand. Guys, this is the system. This is how it works. These are the metrics that you need to look at. And this is the thing that runs like clockwork. This is the thing that runs over and over and over for all of my clients. We help them implement this. So they're at the start. We help them implement this for their specific situations. It's worked for baseball coaches. It's worked for music guys, music producers. It's worked for business coaches. It's worked for fitness coaches. So many different kinds of people. And it will work for you if you're somebody that has a passion, a skill, an expertise. You have a current business. You want to bring it online. You want to grow an audience. This is how it's done. This is how it works. This is how you get from 0 to 20K a month through content and through posting and through selling a product based on your passion, your skill, your expertise. It is this simple. It is this simple right here. I wouldn't say it's easy to implement because there's a lot of things to learn here, which is why we have our consulting, why we have our lead magnet, and why we have all our information out here and why we help people. And if you want help like that, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Again, my name is Nick. I'm the owner of Launch Socials. Make sure you subscribe. We're posting videos like this all the time. And if you want more resources, you want our help one-on-one or similar, go down below in the description. We have all the information there, all the links there. Check out what we got. And I'll see you guys tomorrow in the next video.